Okay, very good. So let's continue. Yeah. So now we are going to look at some pronoun questions on the SAT. Okay, great. Okay, you know that the pronouns, the concept of pronouns is tested extensively on the writing and language section of the SAT. That is another name for the grammar section of the SAT. Okay. So this writing and language section has passages, and you're asked to edit the passages to correct the errors if there are any. If you feel there are no mistakes, then you will choose no change. Yeah. Okay. So now let's see what this question is testing. You remember we have a 4-step process. For those who are new also, the 4-step process is read the sentence, compare the answer choices, figure out what the question is testing, and okay, I can see all of you answering with so much of gusto and enthusiasm. Wonderful. I told you all are energy givers, right? Okay. So now I'm going to read the question. Upon the arrival of the digital camera, professional photographers harangued that they produced ugly low resolution images. Can you see a pronoun underlined here? Yes. So let me go to the answer choices and compare them. So I can see they, that is no change. It, one, he or she. What are all these words? They are all? What are all these words? They are all pronouns, right? So this question is testing pronouns. So whenever I see an underlined pronoun, I have to figure out what noun it is replacing. Which noun is it being used instead of? So what produced? Harumphed means complained. One kind of an approximate meaning. So professional photographers complained that they produced ugly low resolution images. They is singular or plural? They is singular or plural? Plural. And what do I want here? Which noun is this word they replacing? Here, what does this pronoun stand for? Camera, digital camera. There's only one camera here. Yeah, so I need is they correct here? No, I need a singular pronoun. What can I eliminate here? What can I eliminate? I can eliminate the plural one, yes. And I have it, one, because that one produced. Now, one is very vague here. We do not know what it stands for. So you cannot use one. Can you use he or she? No. He or she can only refer to human beings, can't refer to digital cameras, however wonderful they are. So our answer is it. Okay. Now, another funny thing here, just like our tailor's mistake, you remember the tailor talked about his suits and that he'll make holes or he'll make suits. In the same way, they produced ugly low resolution images. This can give you a very funny meaning that these professional photographers produced ugly low resolution images. Okay, so pronouns are important, and unless you use the right pronoun, you can give really wrong meanings. Okay, are you ready to go on to the next question? Yes? Yes, no? Yes or no? Yes. Okay, great. I'm going on to the next question. Next question is not funny. It's a little long, little serious. Okay. So sorry, excuse me. The bacteria, as always, I'm going to read now. The bacteria have evolved to use hydrogen sulfide instead of sunlight for the energy that drives their metabolic processes, and hydrothermal venting is the source of the chemical soup necessary to support him or her. These are all SAT questions. Okay, I've taken them from actual SAT tests. Him or her, what do you want here? Support what? Hydrothermal venting is the source necessary to support. Support what? What does this pronoun stand for here? Bacteria. Yes. Bacteria is singular or plural? Bacteria is singular or plural? Plural. Why? Bacterium, bacteria, that is one thing. Bacterium is the singular form. Also, we have a plural verb here. Plural verb. So, have is plural. Okay. So, now let's go and eliminate. I need a plural pronoun. What should I do with him or her? Eliminate. Both are singular also. Yes. And one. And what else can I eliminate? What else can I eliminate here? I can eliminate it. So my answer is them. Ma'am, this is easy. Yeah, so some questions can be easy, of course. As I've told you several times, you could have easy, medium, and difficult questions on the SAT. Okay? Okay. So can we go on to the next sentence? Sorry, next question. Yes? Okay. I'm going on to the next question here. So what did both the questions we saw now test? They tested pronoun agreement. Yeah, the question tried to trick us with scientific terms. That's such a very interesting way of looking at it, Vaibhav. Yes. Okay, now let's look at question 15. What do I do first? Read. Okay, I'm going to read. Okay, in 2013, some country or town instituted fare-free rides for city residents, but car use in T has only slightly declined. Okay, as a 2014 study by the Royal Institute of Technology in Sweden found that car traffic in T was down less than 3% since it was enacted. What are they talking about? What is this it here? What was enacted? Now, we don't know what was enacted. Right. So probably they mean this, what do you say? This policy of giving fare-free rides, right? Not car traffic. Enact. You can enact a law. You can enact a policy or a law. Okay. So it is a law or policy. Okay. So what is this standing for? It. It is fine. But is there a noun here which is being replaced by this it? What is the antecedent? Fare-free rides. Yeah, you could say fare-free rides, but that is plural, right? Since they were enacted. Do I have any they here? Do I have any plural pronoun? It is no change. So it is not right. Fare-free rides, it can't be it. That is also singular. And one is also singular. So what do I have left? The policy. The policy is singular, but that's fine. Do you remember what the name for this was? Specific noun versus pronoun. So there is no noun. Listen carefully, students. It's not such an easy question, this one. There is no singular noun which it is replacing. Fare-free rides? Yes, kind of. The policy of giving fare-free rides. But the word policy is not given here. So it's not a good idea to use a pronoun here. You have to use the specific noun. Most of the time, if you're in a hurry and you see pronouns versus a specific noun, just go for the specific noun, okay? Car use is replaced by it? No, enacted. Car use was not enacted. No, car use is not replaced by it, Guru. You can enact a law, okay? You can enact a law, a policy, etc. You can also enact a drama and other things. So there are different uses for this word, but here you can enact a law or policy. Now, part of your homework is go find the different ways you can use the word enact. Okay, done. I'm going on to the next question since many of you answered this right. Can I go on to the next question? All clear? Okay. Now,
I think, ma'am, just 1 second, if you let me interrupt.
Sure.
So before we move on further with the class, there is a poll that I would like you all to give your feedback on, and it'll be really helpful. It's going to take only 3 seconds. Yes, Vaibhav is right. It's going to take 0.3 seconds, in fact.
poll time again.
It's important you all give us your feedback, or you all take this poll,
Extremely,
because
yes.
it helps us a lot. So, yes. Besides, then you can get back to your English class and won't be held up, and you can get back to learning.
Absolutely. There's another poll on the way, Ashmita is saying.
Yes.
Okay.
Ashmita's a regular now. Now she knows.
Also, we need to know, right, how much these students appreciate or enjoy our classes, to continue our master classes, and what content to put in it, put in them. Yeah.
True, true. All right, 30 seconds more and then I'll let you get back to your classes. But I see a lot of attendees and I don't see enough answers, guys. It'll be great if you all just like put in your answer.
Everyone should answer, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Otherwise, I won't let you all learn English anymore.
Okay.
All right, ma'am. You can get back to your class.
Okay. So are you ready? Thank you, Ashmita. Thank you for the compliment. I told you, right? We give each other energy. It's a mutual, what do you say, exchange of energy. Okay, now let's come to the next question. We are here to work hard. Fun? Yeah. Enjoy learning? Yes, but enjoy learning. So the learning is important for me, as far as I'm concerned. That's what okay, let's look at this question quickly. What is this question testing? So far, we have seen two concepts. One is pronoun agreement, and that is matching. The pronoun should match or agree. The other is pronoun should be clear and specific, right? Okay, let's see this question. However, by the 1970s, the white paint had begun to fade and the bright colors of the mural were beginning to show through. At the same time, a social and civil rights movement for Mexican Americans was working to raise awareness of Mexican American cultural identity. Artists associated with this began to rediscover and promote the work of the Mexican muralists. What does the word this? Is it wrong or should I replace it with anything else? Should I keep this or should I replace it with anything else? What happens associated with this? What is this referring to? What does the word this? This is singular or plural? Very important concept, students. This is singular, right? I can't see. Okay, I can't see some of your answers. So I'm so sorry. Yeah, it is singular. So there are many singular nouns. Can you tell me what the singular nouns here are? You have identity, you have awareness, you have a movement, you have many things, mural, you have paint, a whole lot of things. I don't know if all of them are suitable, but at least the last few singular nouns could definitely be a possible answer. So such a question or such a sentence which has a pronoun with many possible antecedents can cause a lot of confusion when people read such sentences. So it's our duty as writers to give the reader clarity. So what should I do? Replace it with a specific noun. Okay, ambiguous pronoun or specific noun. So what do we want? Ambiguous pronoun or specific noun? This is not clear. So if this is not clear, neither is it. Neither is them. So this movement. Okay, they're talking about something specific. Which movement? The social and civil rights movement. Clearly there, right? So this is my answer. So when I have a specific noun which gives clarity to the reader and eliminates confusion or ambiguity, almost always that is the answer you have to choose. So again, this question was testing pronoun versus specific noun. Now, students, I want you to remember one important point here. Some questions on the SAT test conciseness, which is the shortest answer, right? So in that case, the students who learn that may think, okay, then it would be the shortest answer, or them, or this, but not this movement. This movement has two words. It will make the answer longer. So it depends on what the question is testing. Here, I don't want a short answer which will be confusing, which will make the sentence confusing. So I don't mind making the sentence longer because it's going to improve the clarity. Do you understand? So we are not testing conciseness here. We are testing the precision of the sentence. Precision means accuracy. So do you want precision or ambiguity? Do you want precision or ambiguity? Precision, always. So the SAT focuses on grammar, then precision, and then lastly, conciseness. Conciseness means the shortest answer. So you will look for shortest answers only after the grammar and the meaning are perfect. Okay, so don't go for the shortest answer in this case. Okay, I'm going on to just summarize what we have learned so far. Okay, these are all pro tips to make us professionals. One is pronoun agreement. We have already discussed these. I'm just revising them for you. Okay, people often misuse pronouns, especially when we speak. And what is the pronoun in this sentence? Quick. Which is the pronoun in this sentence? They is not here, right? Yeah, we should be they. So we is plural, people is the antecedent, it is plural, but people is not, we, it is third person, and I should use they, right? Yes, very good. So pronouns should agree in number and gender with the antecedent. This rule is clear to all of you? You will not make mistakes in questions testing pronoun agreement again, right? All right, okay. So let's go to pronoun precision, which is what we discussed now. John found a $10 bill in a wallet outside his school, so he kept it. Which is the pronoun in this sentence? Quick. Which is the pronoun in this sentence? He, yeah, but he, is there any ambiguity in he? No, he and his refer to, there's only one possible antecedent for he and his, which is the antecedent, John. Yeah, no problem. There's one more pronoun. What's that? It. Very good. What does it refer to here? It has many antecedents, bill, wallet, and school also. So he kept it is a bit ambiguous. It's better to be precise. So you should say he kept the money, or you could say he kept the purse, right? You could use a specific noun to remove this ambiguity and improve the precision. Got it? Okay. So pronouns must always have a clear antecedent, which should be obvious not only to the writer of the sentence, but also to the reader of the sentence, right? Okay. So there's one more pro tip here. Whenever we, sorry, excuse me, pronoun, whenever we have a pronoun versus a specific noun, please remember we choose the specific noun because it is more precise than an ambiguous pronoun. Okay, lesson learned. Can we go on? Can we go on, guys and girls? Okay, great. Lots of learning today. Okay, now we are coming to an interesting question. This is actually not testing pronouns, but it is a good question to, what do you say, discuss under this topic, because I can see an underlined I can see pronouns in the answers and I can see an underlined pronoun. So what should I do first? Read the sentence. To take a wet plate photograph, photographers usually first arrange or pose dash subjects before mixing collodion with bromide, iodide or chloride. Okay, and doing whatever. So what is the noun that this, or what word is this underlined part replacing? Whose subjects? This is not strictly a pronoun. It's called a possessive adjective, but it behaves. I mean, the mistakes are similar. So that is why we classify these under pronouns. There, why do you want there, Pauri? Whose subjects are we talking about? Yeah, the photographer's subjects. The photographer's subjects should be there. So what should I do? Eliminate all the singular ones because photographers is plural. So I can eliminate, what can I eliminate here? A and B, both are singular. Now there and there, which do I want? What can I eliminate here? C or D, what can I eliminate? C, why? There refers to a place, it's not even a pronoun. You won't believe, students, how often the SAT tests this its versus its and there and there. This is very, very, very commonly tested. And if you are good at it, if you are pros at this, you're definitely going to get all those points. Okay, it's going to add up to your score, add up and make your score much better. So what is the grammar takeaway here? Should I, okay, good, Ashmita. So should I use its with an apostrophe or its without an apostrophe? What's the difference? Sometimes this is tested, though the previous question tested singular versus plural. Sometimes students get confused between its versus its. Yes, to check what you need, which one you need in a sentence. What is the difference? Its is the possessive form of the pronoun, while It's with an apostrophe is a short form for it is. It can also be a short form for it has. Now, is this sentence correct, students? The dog wagged its tail. Say right or wrong quickly. Quickly say right or wrong. Correct, okay. Only one correct I can see. Right, okay. Right, because possessive form means whose tail? The dog's tail. It belongs, the tail belongs to the dog. That is called the possessive form. Did you understand? Yeah. This is, I've anticipated your question and I've written possessive form here. Its tail means the dog's tail. So no apostrophe for possessive form. Now here, I think it is going to rain today. It has been a long time since they visited us. So it can stand for it is or it has. Because we are contracting or shortening, we are removing some letters, we put an apostrophe there, right? Okay, so these are contractions. Did you understand? Someone who asked me a question, what is possessive form? Can I go on? Yes? Okay, thank you, Guru. So this I just added as an extra pro tip because some students have this confusion. Many of you may know it, but some of you may not. Okay, so don't get confused between there and THERE. Okay, so this is there, this is there, there's one more there here. These three can sound confusing. It's versus it's, your versus you are, whose versus who is or who has. You can take a screenshot of this if you want. While you can get them in different grammar books, this is all in one place and this can help you to get unconfused or get clearer about this topic, right? Okay, so let's go on to the next question. This is a slightly more interesting question. Okay, now what is this question testing? I will get back to you, Guru, on this. I'll check and let you know. Okay. Okay. We have very less time and a lot more to do. So shall we look at this question now? Okay. More like a fair than an actual cafe, the first repaired cafe took place in Amsterdam. It was the brainchild of former journalist Martin P., wanting to take a practical stand in a throwaway culture. I don't know. That sounds okay. It's not testing. What is it testing? Okay. What do I have here? Wanting, whom wants, who wanted, and she wanted. Okay, what should I eliminate here, students? Quick. What should I eliminate and why? Quickly tell. I should first eliminate B. Why? Because I need a subject pronoun. Whom wants won't work here. Eliminate D. Why? Why should I eliminate D? Quick. If I use she wanted, I should have a, if I put D, if I want D to be the answer, she wanted. If I need a full stop here instead of the comma, right? So D won't work here because the punctuation is wrong. Okay, I have who wanted versus wanting. Wanting will not work here because I want to refer to this journalist. So only who wanted would be the right way to refer to journalist Martin Postma. Got it? A is not the answer. A will not give us the meaning, like we cannot get a word which replaces journalist Martin Postma. Not only fanboys, there is a bigger reasoning behind eliminating A. As long as you understand that it is not referring to Martin Postma, you will understand. I mean, you can eliminate A. There is a modifier concept which does not allow A to be the answer. Okay? We don't need to go into depth into that concept. Okay, did you get this answer, students? Yes, many of you got it right. Good. Okay, so what is subject pronoun and object pronoun? Very quickly, let's take a look at these. Who is a subject pronoun? Because who replaces a subject or acts as a subject. Whom is an object pronoun. What do I mean by the subject and object? Okay, very quickly. To check which is correct, replace who with he, as I already told you, and whom with him. Okay. If the antecedent is plural, do the same with they and them. Okay. So how do I do that? Sorry. Just give me a second. I think I've done some. Just give me a second. Okay. So Richard Okay. Now let's come back here. Richard, who's my best friend, knows how to use whom correctly. So here I have who is my best friend. Should I say who is my best friend or whom is my best friend? Replace it with he and him. He is my best friend, right? So who is correct? When I can put he instead of who, that is who is the correct word to use. Now let's look at the other example. Richard, whom I admire, is a whiz at grammar. I admire him or I admire he? I admire him or he? Quick. I admire him. So I have to have whom I admire. I admire him. For whom I bought a gift. I bought a gift for him or for he. I bought a gift for him or for him. So I need for whom I bought a gift. So wherever I can put he, I will put who. Wherever I can put him, I can put whom. Now don't wonder why they're not talking about her and she. It's only about grammar, not about equality, right? So it doesn't matter. Let's stick with he and him. It makes life easier for us. Okay. This is also tested on the SAT. Okay. Now let's look at some quick questions, really quick questions here. They are very simple, so I'm not going to give you a lot of time. I'm not even testing you on 3, but can you tell me what would be the right word to use here? Just type in your answer. I'll look for 3 correct answers quickly. These people were immortalized in the works of Willa Cather or W.C. What word can come instead of whom here? Who depicted, because it is a subject pronoun. Okay, so since that's easy and you'll know it, I'm not testing you on that. Let's go on. Depicted in novels such as My Antonia and something. Cather, an author which lived in Nebraska during the late 19th century, chronicled the lives and hardships of etc., etc., etc. Okay, the author which lived, right or wrong? What should I do? Let's compare the answer choices. Author which, author who, author that, author which. What can I eliminate? Okay, I can eliminate which, right? Okay, can I eliminate which? Why should I eliminate which? Quick, why should I eliminate which? I can eliminate, okay. Why should I eliminate which lived? Why should I eliminate A? Which can only stand for things. It can't replace people. So author who and author that. But here, maybe that could also work, but they've also given us a punctuation error. That is all can be accepted for things or people in American books. So this is not universal, the usage. Yeah, which is used for objects. Perfect. So what's my answer here? Quick. My answer is C, right? Did you get this? Yeah. So, okay. Now let's go on to one last concept here. This is already taught to you. I'm just testing you on this. Humans, in contrast, divide their days into 2 distinct periods. One, no answer choices for question 1. I'm just going to ask you directly. One where they sleep and one for wakefulness. What word should come instead of 1 here? What word will come instead of 1? Quickly. Sorry, instead of where? 1. I'm waiting for the answers. Question 1, I have not given you answer choices. I just want you to give me the answers. Yes, Gauri, very good. 1 in which? Perfect, Niharika. No, there are no answer choices for question 1. I have only given you answer choices for question 2. I tricked you. Okay, in which? Very good. Excellent. Well done. Because where only refers to? Where only refers to? Places. Where is not correct. Okay. Okay. Now let's look at this last question for today. Young children and elderly people are 2 groups that often nap, and napping is an important part of many cultures. Okay. Now, this is a tough question, right? Young children and elderly people are 2 groups. Now, is this that often nap? So can I see here, commas are changing. Commas are moving around. This that often nap, is it important to the meaning of the sentence? If I remove this, what happens to the sentence? Young children and elderly people are two groups, and napping is an important aspect of many cultures. Does it give you the same meaning? No, right? So young children and elderly people are two groups that nap. So this is an important part of the sentence. It is not a non-essential part. Yes, you very good, Guru. You can't use these commas here. So A would not work here because A will make that often nap non-essential to the sentence. But this part is essential. Two groups that nap. Now again, comma will not be correct here, and which doesn't suit here. Comma will make this part non-essential. What about C? Extra commas in the wrong places. This topic today is not about the punctuation, so I'm not going into detail. But here, two groups that often nap. This is correct. Why? Because they are two groups that often nap. That often nap is important to the meaning of the sentence. So I should not enclose it in commas. Did you understand? Did you understand, students? Quickly, tell me yes or no. Yeah, did you understand? Okay, great, wonderful. So last, ending this topic here. When we see a relative pronoun on the SAT, make sure it's the correct one, already discussed. Just summarizing for your benefit. Those who want to take screenshots are free to go ahead. Only ensure that I'm smiling in the screenshot, that's all. Who and whom are for persons, when is for time, where is for place, and which and that are used for any noun other than a person usually. In some cases, that can be used for persons in some countries. Whose is a possessive, can be used for people or things. I would really suggest that, advise you to take a screenshot of this. Okay. Done? Say done. No, if one of you say done, then screenshot is done. I'm going to go on. And yeah, okay. I'm smiling. Yes. Okay. So some more grammar takeaways. Relative pronouns can be tricky because they come with a punctuation requirement, as all of us were discussing just now. Many of you answered. When the relative clause is essential to the meaning, no comma is used. Okay. Now the iPad that has a fancy cover is mine. That iPad is mine. The one with the fancy cover, not yours. Don't interchange them. So this is essential to the meaning of the sentence. This is the subject of the sentence, the iPad that has a fancy cover. So no commas. When the relative clause is not essential for the reader to understand the sentence, a comma is required. For example, the iPad was created by Apple. So here the extra information is enclosed in commas, which connects to the iCloud. It is not essential to the meaning of the sentence. Okay, so you can take a screenshot. Oh, there's one more poll. Please, guys, please share your opinion of the poll quickly. And ensure that each and every one of you answer this poll. It matters to us. Otherwise, we will feel that you are really, you want something to be really different. Yeah? I want more of you to participate. Yes. Please. We want your opinion. You matter to us. That is why we engage with you every evening. Yes. Oh, great. More and more of you are participating. Wonderful. Very encouraging to see this. Vaibhav is talking. Apple stocks growing by 30%. Okay. Okay. So let me know when I can proceed, Ume.
Yes, ma'am, you can continue. It's all right.
Okay, so did you get the difference between iPad having fancy covers and iPad which was created by Apple? Yeah, you got the difference from this slide? So lots of concepts covered here. I hope you have taken screenshots of the important ones. Usually I never asked you to take screenshot, but today there were so many things that we discussed. So to summarize, we spoke about pronoun agreement, pronoun ambiguity or precision, relative pronouns. We also spoke about possessives and contractions. Yes? Okay. So now, thank you so much for your participation in the polls. We are really encouraged and enthused by your participation. And if you want, what do you say, these topics to be dealt with in greater detail and benefit from our expertise, the answer is, why not Leap Scholar? Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
So everyone, coming to the question of why Leap Scholar, but before we get to that, how was the session, guys? Did you all enjoy it? I think you all learned a lot from this session, right? There was a lot of discussion on pronouns, and now you all can ace it. You all have become pro at pronouns.
I got
how
carried
Ma'am
away.
just said.
I got carried away. I wanted to tell them so much that I didn't even feel like stopping.
I think everyone gained a lot from that, ma'am. So yes. All right. So before we get to the question in the chat box, why Leap Scholar? I would just like to tell you all something that we are really, really proud of. And I think Lalita ma'am is going to be super proud of this, is we have authentic content in whatever we teach in our classes. Everything is unique to us. We specifically curated. In fact, the polls that we ask you to take, it's specifically because we get to understand whether the students are able to understand what you're teaching. How do they want it to be taught? That's very important. And I think today's masterclass is going to give you a glimpse of how amazing SAT Plus course is, given the fact that it's all authentic content. The second one is experienced and certified trainers. So if you're really looking forward into getting 1500 plus in SAT, how almost everyone is mentioned in the chat box, like, ma'am, my dream score is 1500 plus. So how do you get it exactly? You get it through guidance, right? The right kind of tips and tricks, and that can be provided only through certified and experienced professors. Now, coming to our batches of SAT Plus course, we will discuss the course in the further slide, but our first thing is the batch start date. So weekday batch is starting on April 14th. That is around in 10 days. So register fast. And our weekend batch is from April 16th, which is again in just around, I think, 10 to 12 days. So we suggest that you register fast. And coming to the course slide, ma'am. Yes. So coming to the course that we offer, we offer a total course duration of 70 plus hours, where you're going to have 25 live sessions of 1.5 hours each with our faculty, very, very specific to all of you, very personalized training in our classes and our live sessions. In addition to all of this, we also provide the course study material, which is again representative content with additional study handouts and the Kaplan SAT prep guide. So obviously, a lot of you look for guides in the market that you can practice for. You don't have to look for it. We give it to you. We home deliver it to you. It's literally on your doorstep with unlimited doubt solving sessions. Whenever you have a doubt, whatever the doubt is, I think even in today's masterclass, you all were having doubts, and Lalita ma'am was right there, right? She was on the spot answering all of your doubts. So unlimited doubt solving sessions. And to whoever doubts whether we can complete the full coverage of our syllabus, yes, we can. In our batch, there is total coverage of the syllabus of English and SAT math. In addition to all of this that we're providing, we also provide 30 plus full length mock tests with detailed feedback, right? So what better way to practice for your attempt than solving and experiencing tests? And we also have 4 live proctored tests, if I'm not wrong, ma'am. So our faculty is present when they take their tests live, and we have detailed feedback of all of the strengths and weaknesses and where you need to improve. So I think with all of this, I think you all are ready to join us and our SAT Plus course. And yes, waiting eagerly for the surprise.
Yeah, we'll reward them with a short
Yes.
surprise today.
Yeah.
Because I went overboard on the pronouns part. So the surprise is something which Ume is an expert on, right, Ume? It's about, okay, before we go to that surprise, Ume, the question is, what are the factors which influence our admission decisions? Can you quickly summarize them for us?
Yes. So basically what universities for undergraduate courses look into is first your SAT or your ACT course or your AP grade as well. We've talked a lot of in previous master classes about AP. There are a lot of questions about TOEFL and IELTS. All of these are entrance exams and their scores do give you a lot of credit. Your 9th to 12th level grades are also very important, guys. Academics is an important factor. But more than that, there are school achievements, there is essays, there is LORs, which is something that is related to today's surprise, and we have extracurriculars. So extracurriculars basically boost your profile. Yes.
So each of these we have dealt with in different master classes, right, Umme? That's
Yes,
such a interesting point. Okay, so today we are going to understand LOR. Yes, what does LOR stand for? Quick. School achievements are academic achievements. Extracurriculars are other things apart from your academics. Letter of recommendation, perfect. As usual, most of you know the answers. You've got questions and answers, smart guys. Okay, so it is letter of recommendation. And Umme?
Yes, ma'am.
I've got lots of information on my screen, but I would like you to summarize the most salient features here.
Yes, ma'am, absolutely. So letter of recommendation, first of all, is one of the most important things they look for in your CV, guys, to boost your profile. And the one thing that comes under letter of recommendation is two kinds of recommendation. One is given by your teachers. We prefer that you take LORs from your grade 11 to 12th teachers. That stands for more credit instead of 9th and 10th grades. And you can also give your recommendation from your counselor. So counselor recommendations are very basic. It just contains the profile of the student, but it still, has value towards your CV. And some universities, like for example, Columbia and Dartmouth, which are Ivy Leagues, by the way, and most of the Ivy Leagues for that matter, also take up recommendations from supplemental recommendations. What basically it means that suppose you're doing an internship or you're doing volunteer work, you can have recommendations from your supervisors on your internship and your volunteer work as well, and it does help. You can also take recommendations from your peer depending on the university, or coaches, or if you're into sports and stuff, so that also carries a lot of credit. So to whoever has been asking how to boost your profile, I think letter of recommendation is something you should focus on, and who you're getting the recommendation from.
And what about this point to make? Shall we ask them to take a screenshot of this also? Today is a screenshot day. Screenshot day. Please take a screenshot of this if you wish to.
And ma'am, the one thing that you've underlined, I totally forgot about this. So it's whoever is giving you a recommendation should know about you, right? And the best thing to do that is to provide them with your CV in advance, so they can go through your achievements and simultaneously write your letter of recommendation about it. So I think that also helps curate a good recommendation. Vaibhav is asking CV. CV is basically your profile, Vaibhav. All your achievements, all your academic achievements as well, all summarized, it comes under CV. Vaibhav is saying he'll hire me.
Yeah, you're so convincing and you're so detailed in your explanations. I told you, the questions are interesting, the answers are amazing.
Yes.
That was a sincere compliment, which I really meant.
Thank you so much. And there was one more, I think Gauri was asking which one is recommended, IELTS or TOEFL. Gauri, for you, I would suggest IELTS. IELTS is recommended. Even for UK universities and USA universities, IELTS carries more credit. Although you can give both if you want, or any one of them, but IELTS is the recommended one. What difference between school achievements and extracurriculars? Wherever school achievements and extracurriculars, there's not much difference. You can have extracurriculars in your school as well. Basically, if you're a part of a sports team or music club or dance club, that comes under school achievements. Extracurriculars added on to it is maybe volunteering work, maybe internships, maybe other courses that you've taken apart from school. So I think that answers it. Is counselors LOR mandatory? Ashmita, no. Counselors LOR is not mandatory. However, we do suggest that it is there in the recommendation. All right. I think it's already way past time.
Yes.
Just last one, ma'am. Shushti is asking SAT dates. So Shushti, the coming SAT is on 7th of May. Other than that, we have attempts coming up in August, October, and December. And SATs are mostly conducted on the first Saturday of each month in the first week. So I think that's how you can curate your
August, no, August it is 27th, if I'm right. Okay. Anyway, go to College Board website and get the latest information from the horse's mouth. Yes. Ashmita, you don't want this class to end. Oh my God. Should we go on and on? No, we'll come back tomorrow with fresh content. I think that's better.
Yes.
What do you think, Umme?
Absolutely. Otherwise, you'll just be overloaded with all the information and then
exactly.
We don't want the overload, guys.
And I've given you some homework, I remember. Please do that, okay? So, Umesh, shall we
Alright.
call it a day?
Absolutely, ma'am.
So,
So before we call it a day, I would like to type down the contact details of our team. If you're interested in joining our SAT Plus courses, you can contact our team directly, or you can type down your names so we can note it down and our team will contact you. Here are the contact details, guys, in the chat box. Yes.
Bhumika has given her name, I can see, but I can't see. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Bhumika, could you also mention your surname? So it'll be like much more easier.
Shall I answer Gauri, Umesh? Shall I answer this question?
Please go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, the master classes take up different important topics, Gauri, and we just give you a glimpse of what kind of questions are you can expect on these topics on the SAT. But in 1 hour, we cannot do justice to some topics, right? Whereas our classes have a structure, they have been thought about. We have a structure, and the most important concepts are done first in depth, and all concepts, even if they are slightly less important or less frequently encountered, they are also factored into the course so that everything is covered. Plus, the course has tests in between. We have drills, we have pacing, we have timed drills to help you with your speed, and you have extensive feedback after you take every test. Obviously, we can't give you all that on a masterclass, right?
Sure.
A masterclass is just a short 1 hour course where we try to give you the best we can. And we are very happy if you appreciate it. But it definitely cannot replace the course.
Also, adding on to that, the one major difference is that in our classes, that is SAT Plus, we start with the concepts, with the basics, which is
From
like
scratch,
super
yes.
important for SAT. You know, logic matters, concept matters in SAT. So yeah, I think that's
I totally agree with you, May. When I'm teaching pronouns, for example, someone asks about punctuation. When I'm teaching punctuation, they ask me about verbs, and I really can't deviate. I mean, each topic is an ocean, right? It's a big universe by itself. So that we can do justice to these topics only in class. I totally agree with you.
all right. I think we can call it a day.
Yes.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Hope you all had an amazing evening with us, and see you in the next masterclass.
Yeah, thank you all too. Bye-bye and good night.